Hey everyone, welcome back. Thanks for joining us. Today we've got a brand new story to share with you. So let's begin. The cold October wind howled around Alex Cole's mountain home office, a lonely sound promising winter. Alex, 42, a man shaped by years as a Navy SEAL, had lines on his face that weren't just from age. They were maps of firefights, risky ops, and the constant watchfulness that kept him alive. The clock showed nearly midnight. Another late one, Alex lost in plans for his survival school. When the heating clicked off, the sudden quiet felt wrong. That's when he heard them voices whispering up through an old floor vent. His wife Sarah's voice, but not the warm, supportive voice he knew. This was sharp, cold. The shooter confirmed the spot. Her words traveled clearly through the metal vent. He says near Miller's Creek Bend. Perfect view for what we need. A man's voice, deeper. It'll look like a heart attack. Mid-run. Alex froze. Every nerve ending screamed danger. His hand moved, quiet as a shadow, to the desk drawer. Backup phone. Without thinking, fingers hit record. Muscle memory from dark, secret missions. Your husband's predictable, the man's voice continued. Alex recognized it. Mark Bishop. A guy he'd trained 3 years back. 5-mile loop. 6 a.m. sharp. Rain or shine. Sarah laughed, a sound like ice cracking. Should have learned to mix it up. Some instructor he is. Alex's jaw clenched, a flare of heat behind his eyes. But his hands stayed steady, aiming the phone for the best sound. Mark had been average, always looking for an angle, getting others to do the hard stuff. Now it clicked into place. Chris checked the insurance yesterday, Sarah said, papers rustling. With Alex's military past and the school doing well, they never blinked at the amount. Triple payout for accidents. Serious money, Mark said, greed thick in his voice. And you're sure he didn't notice anything odd when he signed? Sarah's laugh was colder this time. Please, I handle all his papers. Show him forms when he's busy with training plans. He signs whatever I give him. Policies, the new will rock solid. Chris made sure. Alex's fingers flew across his keyboard, pulling up the school's finances. 15 years of marriage twisted into something sharp and ugly inside him. He pushed the feeling down. Emotions get you killed. He needed facts. Weather looks good, Mark said. Rain that morning. Fewer people on the trail. A slip on wet rocks. Nobody asks questions. I thought of everything. Sarah's voice dropped, intimate, making Alex's stomach churn. Got 3 people ready to say he seemed depressed. Worried about money, drinking too much. The grieving widow act? I'll nail it. The numbers on Alex's screen started telling their own story. Odd payments masked as gear costs, repairs that never happened. Small amounts adding up over months. Years, maybe. She wasn't just planning his death. She'd been stealing from him all along. Alex grabbed his secure phone. Typed a message to Dave Miller. 20 years of friendship, SEAL training buddies, now FBI. Dave specialized in financial crime. The only person Alex could trust right now. Priority Alpha. Hit planned. Mark Bishop involved. Recording now. Found money missing. Secure line ASAP. Dave's reply was almost instant. Secure. Call in 30. Scrambled. Below, they kept talking. Alex recorded it all, pushing down the hurt, the rage. Focus. Survive. Deal with the wreckage later. Chris's job at the insurance company makes it look legit, Sarah was saying. He greased the wheels for a fast payout. His department handles special cases. Your brother's cut is steep, Mark grumbled. Family discount, Sarah dismissed him. Plenty to go around. Alex built a cash cow here. All those rich folks paying top dollar to eat bugs. Alex's hands tightened on the desk. The school was his life's work, turning brutal lessons into skills that saved lives. He'd trusted Sarah with the business side. His first mistake. His phone buzzed. Dave, talk to me. Dave's voice was all business. Got about 15 minutes of them planning it. Alex kept his voice low. Mark's helping. Sarah's brother, Chris, works the insurance angle. They hired a shooter for my morning run. Jesus Christ. Dave breathed. Recording. Affirmative. Found money missing too. Need your finance guys. Send what you have. I'll get my best on it. Keys clicked. No Elena Rios? Ex-student. Corporate finance whiz. Handled big fraud cases. Why? Consulting for us. Similar pattern. Dead execs, big policies paid out. Want her involved. Alex thought fast. If you trust her, yes. Keep the circle small. No idea how deep this goes. Copy. Your play with Sarah. Maintain routine. Let her think I know nothing while we gather proof. Alex's voice hardened. But I want everyone. Not just the shooter. Understood. Starting surveillance on Mark tomorrow. Secure place to send files. Alex gave an encrypted address. Full recording coming. Need to stay put. They're still talking. Watch your 6, man. Check in every 6 hours. Miss one, I come in hot. The call ended. Sarah's voice floated up again. School's fall course starts next week. Perfect timing. Alex will be buried in work. What about Gary Wells? Mark asked. He's seen us together. Gary knows better, Sarah sounded sure. Reminded him about his past mistakes. He won't talk. Another name, Gary James. 5 years at the school. One of Alex's most trusted guys. The betrayals were piling up. He heard the basement door, footsteps towards the garage. Alex used his phone camera, watching the security feed as Mark left, moving like a bad actor trying to be sneaky. Amateur. Call me tomorrow after you check with our friend. Sarah's last words drifted up. I want everything perfect. Alex waited. Garage door closed. Bedroom door upstairs clicked shut. Only then did he let himself feel it. Just for a second. 15 years. Shared life. Built on lies. His phone buzzed. Dave again. First check on Mark done. Kept busy since training. Private security gigs, nothing clean. Linked to 3 suspected murder for hires. Nothing stuck. Connection to Chris Vance's insurance company? Working it. Elena's pulling records. Says she remembers you. The hard-ass instructor who made us eat bugs. Alex almost smiled. Character building. She's solid, Alex. Sharpest finance mind I know. Okay to give her access to your books. Approved. Get everything documented before we move. ID on the shooter? Working on it. Mark made 4 calls to a blocked number this week. Cell tower near Vet Housing East Side. Checking names now. The next morning was gray and cold. Alex drove to the school, mind racing. Dave's team would arrive soon. He needed to act normal. A text from Dave, shooter ID'd. Ray Stone, ex-Army sniper. Dishonorable discharge. Unauthorized kills overseas. Local PD has eyes on him. Alex parked. Saw Gary Wells in the lot. Gary looked away fast. Guilt written all over him. Morning, Gary. Alex called out. Watched him tense up. Weather holding? Yes, sir, Gary mumbled, avoiding eye contact. Rain later. Perfect for shelter building. Alex kept his tone normal. You're still leading that? Of course. Gary shifted his feet. Excuse me, sir. Need to check gear. He hurried off. Another piece clicked. Gary knew. Maybe not everything, but enough to look guilty. Dave arrived at 9 a.m. with Elena Rios. Alex remembered her from an advanced course. Smart, determined. Now, she moved with the quiet confidence of someone who untangled lies for a living. Instructor Cole, she offered a small smile, but her eyes were serious. Wish we were meeting under better circumstances. In Alex's office, overlooking the grounds where Mark learned skills now aimed at his teacher, Elena opened her laptop. Your wife's been busy, she said, showing screen after screen of numbers. Started small. Fake gear purchases. Got bolder last 6 months. Money moving through shell companies to offshore accounts. Chris Vance's prints are all over it. She pulled up another screen. Property listings. High-end places in countries that don't send people back. They planned this for a while. Mark's been busy too, Dave added. Surveillance caught him meeting Ray Stone yesterday. Stone's been practicing on your running route all week. Pro setup. Alex took it in, already planning his counter. What about Chris? Elena typed rapidly. Found issues in at least 6 other insurance cases. Execs died suspiciously. Policies recently boosted. Chris handled every claim. Too neat. Building the case, Dave said. But need more direct proof linking them all. They're planning it for next week, Alex said, voice flat. During the fall course. Sarah thinks I'll be distracted. She's getting sloppy, Elena noted. Found searches on her work computer. Wilderness accidents, heart attacks during exercise. Researching how to make it look real. Alex's phone buzzed. Text from Sarah. Dinner with Mark tonight? Wants to discuss security upgrades for the school. Perfect timing. Dave looked up. We'll have bugs in place by then. Need audio. They're getting cocky, Elena added, still scanning files. More big transfers this morning. Think they're home free. Alex replied to Sarah. See you at 7. Each text felt like handling a snake. Next move? Dave asked. Maintain routine. Alex's voice was steady. Let them think it's all going to plan. Document everything. Every meeting, call dollar. When we move, I want it airtight. Coordinating with local PD. Dave nodded. Eyes on Stone. Don't want him getting jumpy. I'll track the money, Elena said. Every cent, nowhere to hide. Alex looked out at Gary Wells crossing the training ground. Another loose end. Focus on Sarah and Mark, he said. But don't forget Chris. He connects to other cases. Might be more victims. Over the next 2 days, the picture became grimly clear. Elena found the full scope of the theft. Nearly $2 million drained from the school through fake companies and padded bills. Your wife's smart, Elena said, walking Alex through the tangled web in a secure FBI room. Walls covered in charts. But greedy. Took bigger risks. Left more tracks. Classic mistake. They always think they're smarter. She pointed to connections. Chris Vance ran similar scams for years. Found 8 other cases. Same pattern. Sudden policy hikes, shady deaths, quick payouts. Over $20 million total. Dave burst in. Phone pressed to his ear. Intercepted call. Mark and Stone. Moving the timeline up. Clear skies next week. Rain this week is bad for the shot. Alex didn't flinch. When? 3 days. Stone wants better visibility. Dave showed surveillance photos. Practicing with a hunting rifle. Looks like any other guy citing his scope. Chris is nervous too, Elena added. Cleared his calendar next week. Booked flights to Geneva. Alex processed it. Show me Stone's practice spot. Dave pulled up a map. Here, above Miller's Creek. Good cover, clear shot. About 400 yards to the trail. Tough shot in the rain, Alex noted. No wonder he wants clear weather. Got audio from your dinner, Dave continued. Sarah played the concerned wife perfectly. If we didn't know. She's had 15 years of practice. Alex's voice was ice. All those business meetings, handling papers. Perfect cover. Elena looked up. Found something else. Mark's been skimming extra from the money Sarah stole. She doesn't know. No honor among thieves, Dave grunted. What about Gary Wells? Alex asked. Caught him meeting Sarah yesterday. Dave showed photos. She's got something on him. He looked terrified. But not directly involved in the murder plot. Knew about the affair, Elena added. Found emails. Sarah threatened to expose some old money trouble if he talked. He clammed up. Alex's phone buzzed. Sarah again. Don't forget your physical tomorrow. Insurance needs it yearly. She never quits, Dave muttered, reading over Alex's shoulder. No, Alex agreed. He typed back. On my calendar. The pieces were all there. Sarah and Mark, planning murder over dinner. Chris, faking papers. Stone, practicing the kill shot. Gary, too scared to do the right thing. Got enough on the money crimes, Elena said. Proving murder conspiracy? We wait, Alex said firmly. Let them make the final move. Document it all. When we strike, I want them all caught red-handed. Marshall nodded slowly. Dangerous game, brother. They chose the game. Alex stood, looking out at the grounds where he'd built his life. I'm just choosing how it ends. Smoke smudged the mountains as Alex stood at the school's command post. A wildfire burned through the north section of his land. Nature adding chaos. But chaos could be useful. Fire lines holding, the fire chief reported, pointing at a map. But winds shifting. Maybe 3 hours before we evacuate the main buildings. Alex studied the fire's path, already thinking how to use it. Get students out first. Then essential gear. His phone buzzed. Sarah. Honey, it looks awful. News says the fire's close. Maybe up the insurance? Just in case? Fake concern dripped from her voice. Alex typed back. Good thinking. I'll talk to Chris. Dave appeared beside him, FBI badge getting him past the chaos. Surveillance saw Mark watching the fire from Miller's Ridge. Non-stop calls. Checking if the fire messes up their plan? Bingo. Stone's mad about evacuations. Says it ruins his shot. Alex almost smiled. Shame. Commotion near the main building. Gary Wells arguing with another instructor. We can't just leave everything. Important papers in the office. Gary's face was red. Alex walked over. Silence fell. Problem? No, sir. Gary avoided his eyes. Just worried. Interesting, Alex said casually. What papers are so important? Gary went pale. Just admin files. Student records. All backed up off-site. Alex watched him squirm. Unless there's something specific you're worried about? Before Gary could answer, Mark Bishop's fancy SUV pulled up. Mark got out, playing the concerned friend. Heard about the fire. Thought you might need security help. Lots of valuable gear here. Mark's eyes flicked between Alex and Gary. Thoughtful of you, Alex said flatly. That's me. Mark's smile was fake. Maybe we should discuss security upgrades? Fire isn't the only threat. Indeed. Alex's voice was neutral. Join me in my office? Gary was just leaving to help evacuate. Gary practically ran. Dave, watching nearby, subtly activated his recorder. In the office, Mark pretended to check security monitors. Good setup, but outdated spots. Noticed your running route has blind spots. Concerned for my safety? Alex leaned back. Professional courtesy, Mark shrugged, looking rehearsed. Looking out for my old teacher. Speaking of looking out, Alex kept his voice level. Saw you talking with Gary earlier. Anything I should know? Surprise flickered across Mark's face. Then gone. Just catching up. Why? Seemed intense. Gary's seemed stressed lately. Mark's tone turned sly. Stress makes people do dumb things. Make bad choices. A veiled threat. Alex just nodded, letting Mark think he'd scored a point. Outside, the fire roared closer. Should evacuate? Alex gestured at the smoke. Unless you had something specific? Mark stood. Just checking on you. Dangerous times. That they are. After Mark left, Dave slipped in. Got it all. He's getting cocky. They all are. Alex watched Mark drive off. Sarah's called twice about more insurance. Speaking of, Dave handed him a file. Caught her meeting someone interesting. Lawyer. Victor Rossi. Photos showed Sarah entering a downtown law office. Background. Elena's running it. Early signs connect him to Chris Vance's other cases. Handled estates for 3 of the dead execs. Alex's phone buzzed. Sarah again. Coming home early. Fire has me so worried. We should talk about the future. Thanks for listening. This story isn't over yet, and things are about to get even more intense. Stay tuned for the next part to see what happens next.